trait of his nefesh. Okay, that's the character trait of his nefesh, of his soul. Okay. Number two, do you remember? Now we cannot conquer Edom, Moab, and Ammon, but in the future, the prophecies of God are that we will conquer Ammon, Moab, and Edom, and that means it'll be part of what will be called Greater Eretz Yisrael. That means in the future, the burial place of Aharon will be in the land of Israel, even though right now it's not the land of Israel. That a great rabbi called Rabbi Sorotskin says in his commentary, Oznaim LaTorah, is a great commentary called The Ears of the Torah, that God will fulfill his promise to Avraham Avinu to give us the lands of Edom, Ammon, and Moab, and then it'll be considered the land of Israel. So Aaron passes away now because he was decreed to die. But he passes away now, specifically now, before we go to other wars. As we turn our page, how long? Let's go to the last pasuk of this chapter. Vayiru kol ha'edah, the entire community sees, ki gava Aaron, that Aaron is expired, meaning they saw 3 going up, 2 coming down. Vayifku et Aaron shloshim yom kol Beit Yisrael. The term Beit Yisrael, the end of verse 29. Beit Yisrael. Every term the Torah uses has significance. It's not just arbitrarily, not used for any negative reasons, used for some educational reason. Who is Beit Yisrael? The women of Israel. Why are the women of Israel coined Bayit?
Because they're the Bayit.
They're the mainstay of the home. Yes. Philosophically, the Maral of Prague explains most of the day the woman is likely to be at home, and she's called a Bayit, just like a Bayit has walls and has a roof, and by virtue of the walls and the roof, everything's consolidated, everything is united under one roof. So too the woman spiritually has the ability to consolidate and to organize ideologically, spiritually, educationally, the entire house as one. And therefore often the woman is called the Bayit. So why are the women the ones experiencing 30 days of mourning? It goes exactly what we said before. The famous Mishnah in Pirkei Avot. Aaron is a man of peace. He would have the talent, the ability, when people are arguing and not getting along together, especially a husband and a wife. By the way, today the Shur of Rabbi Feynman is about criticism in a marriage, which is very important to learn, try not to be critical. He would make shalom between people. And therefore, there was a tremendous appreciation when he died. Wow, we lost a great scholar, leader, a man of peace, someone that brought us closer together, made peace between people. You're allowed to express your opinion, different opinion, but don't dislike the person that you're arguing with. We have to love one another. We have to get along with one another. You can express your mind, express your democratic rights, and so on and so forth. And with this ends the subject, chapter 20. Aaron passes away. Now, where do we go? Let's now read Bivakasha, a short passage which has to do with war, right after the passing away of Aaron. Chapter 21. Vayishma Kenani Melech Arav, Ki Yoshev HaNegev. What did he hear? We have an entity called Yoshev HaNegev, although Amalek doesn't state it here. Okay? What did they hear?
The passing of Aaron.
The passing of Aaron. Why would that be the likely commentary?
Because the cloud is going up.
No, that doesn't state that in the Chumash. Why would it be the commentary, the likely, that what they heard was the passing away of Aaron? Why should we suggest that?
Because Aaron was a very important.
You're right, but why do we suggest it now? That's what happened now. That's what they heard. Very simple answer.
It was right after.
Thank you. It was just written out the end of chapter 20, the passing away of Aaron. Now, there's no obituary page in the Negev, the King Arad's newspaper, but something happened. Behind the lines in the oral Torah, like you just said, Remember, in virtue of Aharon, we had the clouds of glory, just like in virtue of Miriam, we had the stone providing water. Now, by the way, that Miriam is no longer alive, no more water. Yes, but now it's no longer in virtue of Miriam. She passed away. It'll be in virtue of Moshe and Aaron. But now something happened to the Jewish people. That divine glory cloud that was with us all the time suddenly disappeared. Who knew about it? Nations in the area. Here we have a nation, or a name of a king called Melech Arad. Geographically, you remember where Arad today is on our map?
Close.
Where is it?
In the south. Like across the border.
Right. Going east of the Hebron Mountains, we get to the Dead Sea. We get to the southern Hebron Mountains, leads us to the town of Arad. It's a town overlooking the Dead Sea. Okay?
Can't see the Dead Sea from around.
Sure you can.
No, you can. Yeah,
Right.
I should cool him off, right? You can see the Dead Sea.
Yeah.
You walk to the eastern side of the town, and you can see the Dead Sea.
But it's not on the edge.
It's not on the edge, but you can see at a distance the Dead Sea. People work in the what are the names of those corporations on the Dead Sea that make the phosphate, from the phosphate to make all the vitamins and this entire mineral industry that we have on the Dead Sea. There are a lot of people, simple blue collar workers that live in the town of Ur because it's close by. In any event, we're not there, but we're traveling in the area. And he hears, he's opportunist. He wants to attack Israel, as we're about to see, because he thinks Israel is weakened spiritually. Because if Aharon passed away, we have a big spiritual loss, don't we? And maybe they saw something as an object that the divine clouds of glory are not like it was, or are not there right now. Further, it says, I'm reading Vayishma Kenani Melech Harad Yoshev HaNegev. He's a dweller of the Negev. Ki ba Yisrael derech Atarim. Atar is a place. Every place of tourism which has an orange sign in the land of Israel is called an atar. An atar is a place of importance. Aleph, Taf, Resh, atar. What do I care that Israel is walking on the road of the atarim? And as a result, Vayilachem Yisrael, they fight, they go to war with Israel. Vayish b'menu shevi. So, gentlemen, we're talking about some sort of Canaanite entity, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Who remembers what prophesies, what prophecy existed in the Song of the Sea regarding the Canaanites? We say that I didn't talk about Plishtim. Namogu kol yoshvei Canaan. I said it this morning. Did I have enough time? No, I didn't. I was almost able to recite all of Sukkot Zimra. I davened early in Neitz Minyan. It says there, 38 years ago, 39 years ago, Namogu kol yoshvei Canaan. It's in our Siddur, the song of Moshe, that though the dwellers of Canaan, their hearts are trembling, they're melting even. So what question would you raise?
Now they are ready to fight.
Now, not only they're ready to fight, they're fighting us. They're initiating a war. Could it be, God forbid, that prophecy is wrong? Again, I'm referring to the prophecy, the Song of the Sea. It's adopted into our daily prayer every Shacharit service, right, gentlemen? And there it says, Namogu kol yoshvei Canaan. The dwellers of the Canaanites, they're going to be trembling in fear. So what gave them the force, the audacity that they don't have any more pachad, any more fear on them? So my dear friends, there's a secret here. And that's why it says derech atarim. The word atarim is mentioned in the route that the spies went how many years ago?
38 years. 37 years.
No. It was in the second year. It was 38 years ago. What?
Yes.
What happened, gentlemen? The Meraglim, the spies, went on a certain route, did they not?
Yes.
Traveled 40 days. And on that route, by the way, they left yesterday in the date of historically, 3,300 whatever years, the Meraglim left Erev Rosh Chodesh Tammuz for 40 days and they came back right by Tisha B'Av. Now, do you know what gave confidence to the Canaanites?
The passing away of Aharon.
No.
They wrote to the root of the spies.
The spies went in there and the Jewish people wandering for 38 years. This gave security and trust to the Canaanites, their armies and their entities. Do you remember what they publicized, those 10 spies? In our eyes, were grasshoppers. Huh? How would you like to be called a grasshopper? Yeah, you. Big, strong guy, yeah? How would you? That's what they called themselves. This, some of the commentaries, Ramban says as well, gave confidence to the Canaanim. We're not afraid of them. Look what happened to them. So maybe for the last 38, 39 years, they're full of confidence, they're full of audacity, to the extent that who initiates the warrior? What does? And now we see that they take someone into captivity. Vayishp mimenu shevi. They took someone into captivity. Does it say plural or singular? Singular. One person was taken into custody? And then what does Israel do in verse 2? Vayidar Yisrael neder Hashem vayomar. Israel, it collectively makes a vow, a promise. And what do they say? Im naton titen et ha'amazeh biyadi. Who is you? If you will deliver this nation to, who are they talking to? Hashem. Then what are we going to do? V'charamti et areim. We're going to destroy their cities. Why? For one member of Israel take it? Yes. If we stop here and think and ask ourselves, what's the significance of this vow? What is it showing? What is it demonstrating? Unity. Amazing unity. All for one and one for all. One of our members was taken away. We're making a vow. We're going to go to war. Furthermore, we're not only destroy their cities. Pasuk Gimel, the end of the short section. Follow the reading if you can. Verse Gimel. Put your finger in the place. Vayishma Adonai b'kol Yisrael, vayiten et haknani, vayacharem ethem, v'et areihem, vayikra shem hamakom chorma. Wow. We're not told about the details of the war. What we are told is that, hey, it's kedai to pray to God. It's kedai to it's worthwhile making a vow to God and praying to God. But it says, God hears the voice of Israel. You know, in Washington, there's a red button, there's a red phone you can press on, whatever. But we have something better than a red phone or a red button. We have direct contact to God. We have a line of communication. What is it called? Tefillah. What else? He said tefillah. What else? Learning Torah. Nivuah, prophecy. We have prayer. We have prophecy. What's the difference between prophecy and prayer? I know they both start with the letter P, but in Hebrew, one is nivuah with a nun, and tefillah is with a taf. What's the difference between the two?
You can say prayers are also from below to above, and nivuah is from above to below.
Have you heard that from your rabbis and teachers here?
Yes.
It's very humbling. You don't want to admit it. Okay, you're right. Tefillah is, listen to the following criteria: milamata lemala. It starts from down below and it goes up. Nivuah, prophecy, is mi lemala lemata, from above down straight here. Here they pray, they vowed, and I want to ask you. It says God heard their prayer. Fantastic. So Hashem delivered. Hashem helped the soldiers out. Okay? Do you know, in the memoirs of the finest pilots of the Israeli army in the Six-Day War in 1967, several very secular pilots wrote in their memoirs, I sensed the hand of God in my cockpit. That allowed the Jewish people in 2 days really to win the war over the Egyptian Air Force and the Syrian Air Force. It was 2 days. The entire war took 6 days. In the Pentagon, when they teach, or in West Point, when they teach the American young soldiers about wars, they skip over the 6-day war. It was public knowledge. I don't know when it was said. Why don't they teach about the 6-day war? Because here, the Gentiles in America are saying it wasn't a war of nature. It was metaphysical. It was above nature. And therefore, there's nothing to learn that we can learn, the American army can learn from the 6-day war of the nation of Israel. This is all metaphysical. You follow? Gentlemen, about destroying them, it says two personal pronouns. It says, Vayacharim etem v'et arehem. Arehem, from the singular. No? In the end of verse 3. Arehem, the singular. Ear. What is an ear?
City.
And plural? Arim. Arehem, their cities. So we destroyed their cities. Is that the fulfillment of the neder, the vow? Yes or no? Is that what he has to do? To wipe out, to just blow it to smithereens? Is that the word? Yeah? But it says, Vayacharem etem. Etem. What is etem?
Them. Or them.
Them. Who's them?
None.
Did we vow to kill them? I'm sorry. Is this not a violation of the Swiss Convention or some?
They violated.
Didn't exist yet, so I guess
Okay. So okay.
yeah.
Do you understand my question? It says Vayacharem etem, referring to people. Did we make a vow to hit the people, to kill them, or just destroy them, their towns, and take our POW back? Yes or no? Was the vow regarding people?
Yeah, Ha'am. Het Ha'am was it.
Excuse me, sir. Where do you see the vows regarding? It says, if you will deliver this people into our hands, then we're going to destroy their cities. Does it say that we're going to kill the people? I think we should write a protest right now to God and to the Jewish people.
The United Nations probably.
Who has an answer to the good question? I shouldn't. I think it's a good question. What do you think? Do you think it's a good question?
Yes,
That's already 2 points. Now go ahead.
I think there is something like this, like if someone tried to kill you, you need to kill him first, right?
That's one term, right? What the Talmud says in Masechet Sanhedrin, it's important to the Rambam in the laws of wars and kings, quote, Harodef achar chavero lehorgo, hashkem lehorgo. Someone that's pursuing to kill you, preempt and kill him first. That's certainly on an individual level, but here it's even in a war level. So that could be a good answer. Who has another answer? Do you see the dead Canaanites over there behind you? Just get their ID out and tell me what did you see? The dead Canaanite soldiers over in back of you. Get out their ID. Where are they from? They belong to which entity, nation? Canaan, Canaanites.
Yes.
What does the Torah tell us in the book of Deuteronomy regarding the Canaanites?
You have to wipe them all out.
You have to wipe them out. Men,
Woman, child, animal.
the Torah says, quote, Lo techayeh kol neshama. Repeat that. I didn't ask you. Lo techayeh kol neshama. What does it mean in English, Akiva? Lo techayeh kol neshama.
John, something.
Lo techayeh. Don't give.
Life.
Beautiful. Don't give chayim. Lo techayeh. Do not spare any person, any neshama of the Canaanites. That is not a human matter. You don't have to get up for him. It's not that important. Oh, that's something else. Okay. Gentlemen, Lo techayeh kol neshama is in reference to the Canaanites. Who commanded us that? Why?
That's a question.
That's a question. Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't asked you yet. What do you want to say?
Pagan.
They're pagans. So what?
So they're
They denounce monotheism. But not only did they denounce monotheism, they serve polytheism. They serve many gods. Is that what you're saying? The land of Israel is not like Holland. The land of Israel is the land of monotheism, the land of one God. Hashem doesn't want people serving idolatries to believing here. These Canaanites that attacked us, we had a right to kill those that we did kill, even though we didn't make a vow about them, because we are obligated from Sinai, one of the 613 mitzvot, do not spare any Canaanite. That will justify why we killed them before you leave. You want to say something?
Yeah, I would say like yes, because of the sins defiling the land from the Canaanites.
Right. We're fighting them here at the Negev. So, gentlemen, we're summarizing and saying a new era has begun in year 40. And that is preparation to go into the land of Israel. You all know that the book of Devarim, like we mentioned yesterday, is the last 36 days of Moshe's life. Now, we just recorded month number 1 of the 40th year. And who passed away? Miriam. Now we just learned about month number... No, it doesn't state it here, but states somewhere else. I think in Deuteronomy, month number 5, Aharon passes away. Which month is that? Nisan, Iyar, Sivan, Tammuz, year. How many months left until we cross the Jordan River? Is it not clear to you? If 5 months have gone by of the 40th year, how many months still have to go by until we go into the land of Israel?
When do we enter into the?
Oh, so that's the question. In the beginning of the book of Yehoshua, Joshua, we learn that the Jewish people mourned for Moshe the same amount of time we mourned for the passing away of Aharon. How many days was it?
30.
30 days. The oral Torah tells us the passing away date of Moshe Rabbeinu. Anyone remember here?
Adar.
8 of
You're right, 8 minus 1. The 7th of Adar. Take 30 days after the 7th of Adar for the mourning period of Moshe.
Nisan.
And we arrived to the day of the 7th of Nisan. The opening of chapter 1 of Joshua. Yoshua tells the police officers to go around and tell the people that in 3 days we're moving. We're going to cross the Jordan River. So that gives us which date? Is the ding, 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 ding day that we entered into the country.
Nisan.
Which date of Nisan?
Nisan.
The 10th of Nisan. So let's go back. We're now in the 5th month. Around the 5th month. We have another 7 months, more or less. That's the preparation, the entry. And now we're going to learn about a series of wars. Okay? Aharon passes away, and we'll continue this with our next shiur. Shalom.